Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
Jim, it's always great, and we're looking forward to a long weekend here.
You have some great news about your pilot plant.
Yes, Jim, I've been repeating myself for the last 6 weeks or so, waiting for a part that was being fabricated in China. And we finally, Chemetco has finally received that, and they will be putting the parts onto the existing equipment, and replacing parts on the existing equipment. Then they'll do some water testing to make sure we don't have any leaks. And hopefully, I think we'll be sometime mid next week, we should be back running the pilot plant. And just to speak about that, we had a fantastic first run on that pilot plant where we increased the throughput by 2.5 times. And you would think that we actually lost 2.5 times the throughput the way the markets reacted with the sales that have been going on. And but now we expect to even enhance that number. And what that means, of course, is that we can put through more through smaller plants that will have less OPEX, and certainly the CapEx will go down too. So that's a big benefit to the shareholders. And before we design a plant in full, we want to maximize or actually increase the throughput through the plants, and so maximizing optimization is high on our book, and we're going to be moving through that. And we also had a release last week on spinning out our gold assets, and just to let people know, I think some of them really don't understand what that means. And what it means is, let's say you had 10,000 shares of American Manganese Inc. At the time of the spin-out, if you're a registered shareholder, or if you hold that shares in the share form, you're entitled to the spin-out shares from Nuco. So we don't know the ratio because that's not determined by us. We'll make recommendations. And but it's determined by the courts and a judge. So we expect to keep progressing this thing through the chute. One thing you can be assured of, we have the experience from taking 20 companies public, and I have to say that in this particular case, the asset is the best I've ever had to take put into a new company. And as a past producing high-grade producer of copper, gold, and cobalt, and a significant number, not just a few carloads, although we had a few carloads that were shipped off that property that ran up to 6 ounces of gold and 7% copper, but the overall grade on the actual mining operation was 6% copper and about 0.1 ounces of gold, or let's say 2.5 grams of gold. So it was a significant producer at the time, back in the 50s, and we're just chomping at the bit to get back onto that property. Now, what I started to say was, what you have to look at is, say you own 10,000 shares of American Manganese, and so that entitles you to shares in the Nuco. And if it was, say, and this is hypothetical, if you say that, okay, we do that on a 3 or 4% share split arrangement, basically I'll work with the 3 because it's an easy number to work with. If you had 10,000 shares, and for every 3 shares of Amy you had, you would get 1 share of Nuco. So that would entitle you to 3,300 shares at no cost to you in a new company that is dominated by gold and copper, which are, going up through the roof. I think gold is on a long-term bull. Why I say that is that, there's going to be a lot of inflation that's going to come out of this printing of money for the COVID virus, and maintaining workforces and people's salaries, and stay at home, production down. All these things will increase the price of gold. Why? Well, the more money you print, the more you devalue the money, and the value has always been in gold. It's a 5,000-year history of being the currency of the day. And so getting back to the split on the company, that if you had 100,000 shares and not 10,000 shares, that would be 33,300 new shares in on a hypothetical 3-for-1 split. The not split, but call it a dividend. The Spinout would give you 33,000 new shares in a very hot prospect that I have no doubt will meet all the criteria of the exchanges to become a listed company. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. It's simple to say, I look at the shares that are trading, and I think, this can't be shareholders that are selling the stock because they don't want the free shares. It's got to be coming from somewhere else. And I've talked enough about predators till I'm blue in the face. But, they should, in all rules and regulations, they should have to buy those shares back so that the original shareholder, if they borrowed it, qualifies for the new shares, Newco shares. So this thing has got a lot of things working for it, and I just want everybody to realize that this is something the company decided on to reward our shareholders, and taking it out of American Manganese and putting it into a Newco helps the focus go on the gold and the base metals that are in that project and rare earths. So it's a great thing for them. I mean, geez, I'm looking forward to a Newco shares. I hold close to 4 million shares, so that should result in a fair position in the new company. And we have a lot of shareholders with some have more than I do, some have less, and but we have a lot of million holders of shares, a lot in the hundreds of thousands range, and that you can see the impact of the benefit. But even if you only had 10 or 5,000 shares, what's wrong with having shares in a gold prospect that cost you nothing? So I think we're all looking forward to a great long weekend and the startup of the plant. And so it's been a busy time here. We got other things on the go, as well as taking on this new job of spinning out the company. But that's what we're here for, and we'll work the hours that it takes to do all that. So, Jim, you have a good weekend.
Larry, for people new to American Manganese, what's the company all about, and where can they find your trading information and information about the company?
Well, the American Manganese is a critical metals company that has developed a process for treating low grades of manganese. And that was a cornerstone of our current technology push on recycling lithium-ion batteries, which is going to be a tremendous business going out into the future. And so you can find all that information at our website at AmericanManganeseInc.com. You can phone the company at 778-574-4444. Or you can email me at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com. And don't forget that we trade on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol of AMY. We trade in the U.S. under the symbol AMYZF. and we trade on the Frankfurt Exchange under the symbol 2AM.
Larry, thank you so much for the update.
You're welcome, Jim.
I've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on July 31st.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at howstreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.